Good morning. Alright, tell me about last night. Tell me about your songs. We just listened to his songs he played last night, and I didn't get to go last night because, well, your sister fell off the horse, and the horse lost his teeth. Blah, 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 blah. So I didn't get to go. Tell me about last night.
So, it was like...
Konrads last night, open mic.
It was like 7 or 8 past 8, and I forgot about the open mic. I started at 8, and I was like, yo, I should probably go. But I was really tired, like so tired. But I decided, what's gonna separate me from the rest? What is gonna eat me alive for the rest of these few months if I don't go?
I can hear the inner Goggins just trying to get out.
Like it would have.
It's awesome.
I wouldn't have been able to stop thinking about it if I didn't go. So yeah, I went. As soon as I went outside the house, the bus was like almost past the house, and I had to run like, I don't know, 50 meters to the bus stop, something like that.
75. I don't know.
Yeah, but I made the bus. Granted, the bus driver did slow down a bit, but I beat the bus. And
I beat the bus. That should be another song. I beat the bus.
The girl at the bus stop, and then I beat the bus.
Girl at the bus stop.
So I made it, and I went to Konrads. Waited for a while, and then I went on. There's some good performances last night.
They're good performances. That was awesome. I really liked it.
No, there were.
There were good
saying
performances.
mine,
Oh, yours. Okay.
but
It's nice when there's good ones.
Yeah.
It's also nice for you to see when there's good ones, because you get to see different styles, way people do things, and then you can sort of take the stuff you like and adapt it a little bit to yourself.
Hashtag true dad.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I went on, and I was incredibly tired, so I didn't do my best. But the first song I did Say My Name, and that wasn't too good because I put the mic a little bit too high, so it was like at my mouth. But that's not very good, because then if I need to like look down or go like this, I can't. I have to keep my head up here, and it just makes everything harder. So as soon as I started, I should have just stopped and restarted, but I don't know, I didn't want to. So yeah, that wasn't too good, the first one. But I think the second one, My Darling Moon, was a lot better. Yeah, I think I did that one a lot better than previously. But yeah.
That's awesome. I love that you went, even though you didn't want to. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'm happy I did.
Well, that reminds me of Mark Hunniford, track coach.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be like, we'd be in practice, and let's say you're running a 200, you're running a 400, it doesn't matter what distance was. He would always yell at you if you slowed down before you hit the line, before you finished your run. It's like, you never finish. He's like, champions never finish. I mean, champions never cut corners. That's what he'd say. So,
yeah.
Always go through the line. Always go through the line. I think the biggest things I learned in high school were on the track, like from my coaches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm impressed. It made me think of David Goggins when you did that. Yeah.
I have a story about David Goggins
Tell me your Goggins
that I'll
story.
tell you
Now?
in a while.
In a while. All right.
A few years from now.
In a few years. Oh no. Oh no. That's one of those. You can tell me sooner. That's fine. I won't tell your mom. You can tell your mom in a few years.
I'll never tell my mom that story.
Oh damn.
But it's a really good one.
It's a good one. Yeah, but so you won't forget it then.
No.
Okay.
I've also let her ride.
Also. All right. Does it involve guard dogs? No guard dogs. All right. All right. So, social media. Would you prefer, if we have social media, let's say for under 18s, just until you're 18, or no social media at all for anybody in the world? Have it or no have it?
Well, there's there's benefits to both sides.
Yeah.
But do the benefits outweigh the negatives?
Yeah.
So
I like the way you think.
Social media, it's a scam. It's fake.
You're the product. You are the product.
Yeah, of course. If something is free, you are the product.
Yeah.
Because you're taking your information, selling it, whatever. But I think it's a good thing because it connects you with people that you can't be with physically. Creates memories, archives of moments with people, posting pictures, whatever. But even then, you can just take pictures and keep them. So you don't need to post them.
Then if you have a friend over, you can show them all your pictures. I asked your sisters. You finish in a second. I asked your sister yesterday, and they said that they would prefer to not have it. Mm-hmm. If everybody else didn't have it, then they would prefer to not have it.
I saw a podcast that said exactly that.
Yeah, it was on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
It was a guy.
But I didn't watch it. I didn't listen. I just saw a clip.
I listened to it. I'm not quite finished it, but I listened to it.
But yeah, it's all fake, and it's just everybody spends all their time. I mean, I've already I don't use Snapchat at all. I try not to use Instagram or TikTok unless it's for posting music stuff.
Yeah.
But I still do use it a lot. I'm not gonna lie. And YouTube as well. But yeah, definitely. I think I would, if I could, I would probably take it away because I think it would change a lot of people's lives for the better.
There was this came out. This was said by this guy on Rogan's podcast that they did. There was like a couple schools who implemented a no phone policy. So if you bring your phone to school, then you have to drop it in the box, whatever box, and you can get it.
I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Force people to speak to each other.
And that's exactly what they found. Was that it took about a week, but after that, everybody reported that things were better. The students, the teachers, because people actually talking to each other at lunch, in between classes. People were interacting, learning how to communicate, laughing, doing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cancer.
When I would have lunch in the lunchroom at school in the cafeteria, very often, somebody would have, or we would, if we were in the cafeteria because the weather sucked, then it was common that people would bring cards. We would play card games, and they'd get pretty loud and rambunctious as well. Like they were good card games. We'd also have things like, what do they call them? Air bands, where you go up and perform on the stage in the cafeteria. I remember Dean Kitchen doing "I'm Too Sexy." Even threw a shirt off.
Nobody would even think about doing something like that.
And that's why I got you a frisbee once too, because we'd go outside, go on the fields. You saw the fields. We'd go on the fields, play frisbee at lunch. That had intramural sports, so we had a whole organized programs where for this month it was floor hockey in the gym, for this month it was volleyball, or this month it was whatever, and they just had sports to do at lunch, games to do at lunch. People so that you could participate in if you wanted, and you didn't have to either. And I didn't see her. No, okay, that was good. Yeah, and it was just it's fun. It's fun. You should get out frisbee, take your frisbee to school.
Yeah,
Weather's getting good.
There's room to do that.
What do you mean?
There's room to do that.
Yeah, you got that field.
Yeah.
Frisbee.
I might. That's cool. Except I go to the music room.
Yeah, but sometimes it's gonna be a nice, beautiful, sunny day. You might say, I need to get myself outside.
Yeah.
All right. So social media's out. No more social media. Go away. So, you mentioned running. You're interested in running?
Yeah.
Alright. If you want to do it, do it.
Pretty cool.
I've got a tab open on my iPad as far as to contact the club that runs out of the stadium on Route Donald. Signed the lease yesterday.
Really?
Yep.
For the apartment's ours?
Apartment's ours.
Yeah.
And also the guy told me, so he was not a patient of, he said he thinks he came to see me a long time ago in Bertrange, the agent. His tire's flat. or maybe it's just because there's 2 kids sitting on the back of it. But he's come to the clinic in Kirchberg because he came here yesterday to sign everything, and he'd come to see Camilla a few times. So, and then also he's a friend of a guy I play hockey with, and he's like, this apartment was in high demand, and he said, I gave it to you for 2 reasons. One was because I came to see you before, and then also because you're a friend of Ollie. So Ollie is one of the guys I play hockey with that is also a real estate agent.
What a guy.
And so
He was really cool, the agent.
Yeah, he was nice, but he gave it to us just because of connections. It's all about connections.
You know everybody.
Remember.
Out of those bunch of cars there, you probably know a bunch of them.
I probably know a few, but the what was it? When we had people over for your sister's birthday, and Paul was like talking. Yeah, so I started talking about, you know, because we always have this tradition. We have a tradition. This is for everybody else. I'm explaining it for you guys because Coby already knows. Whenever we have a, you know, birthday party or something for somebody in the family, then one of the things we do around the dinner table is everybody will go around the table and everybody will say 3 things they love about the person whose birthday it is. And so we just had the birthday party for Kylie and Chloe, who are twins. They just turned 15.
Is it 3 things?
Yeah, we always say 3 things. Sometimes some people only say 2. Some people say, I don't know. I think I just give a speech. But Paul was kind of laughing because I oftentimes take a long time, and he's like, "Can you explain the chemical,
In the molecular,
like a molecular analysis of?" And so that's what I spoke about was bonds, right? It's not just the parts are sort of important, but it's the bonds between the parts that are important. How strong the bond is, how weak it is, and things like that. And the bonds is where the movement happens. The bond is where the energy
triple
is.
bonds.
Triple bonds. They exist actually too. They're not as common, but they exist. But the point is that's where the energy is. The energy is in the bond
They're in
itself.
nitrogen, right?
Pardon me?
They're in nitrogen things. I'm pretty good.
I don't know. But anyways, the point being is the connections are the important part. Not just in chemistry, but, well, it is chemistry, but between people, between places, between groups. Chemistry is important. Too many people think about things in only a physical sense. It's the same. They go back and forth. I don't think there's any way that you can actually separate the physical from the emotional, from the spiritual.
They are one.
They are one. They are one. It's just sort of figuring it out and applying it properly.
They all use the same methods.
Yeah, you should do that when you're given asked a question in science class or something. Just, you know, give an analogy to life.
Mm-hmm.
So we're right behind a garbage truck at the moment, and it reminds me of this. We used to have a team meeting when I worked at the Calgary Center for Health once a week. And there's different parts of the meeting. It was usually about an hour and a half, 2 hour meeting. And the first half was, part of it was always administrative. How can we make our flow go better and things like that. But then sometimes we'd also talk philosophy. We'd talk about certain patients, different wins that we've had with patients that week. And I remember this one guy who came in. He was a garbage man. And every time he came in, when he had to wait in the waiting room, he would sit there and he always had a book he was reading. He was constantly reading a book. And he just looked like, I met him a couple times, I think, but he looked like a really, really just nice guy. He looked like he was very well educated. He came across as that. He spoke very well. He was very articulate. Everything was nice. Like he was so cool. And he wasn't my patient. He was a patient of Leslie Shaw. But this was something that Shaw said about him, was that he was extremely intelligent. He was always reading books. He gave examples of the books that the garbage man was reading. And it was just sort of weird because he also said about the guy that he loved what he did. He loved being the garbage man. And
that's interesting.
It is interesting because he was also, I don't know that he had a degree or anything like that, but he was well educated, at least if it was self-educated through all of the reading that he was doing. Because they weren't like silly little books. I just remember being impressed. I don't remember the names of the books, but I remember being impressed by the types of books he was reading. And then you see him sitting there, his garbage man uniform, and his glasses, reading a book with his legs crossed. It was like it was just such a contrast. It's kind of neat. And although I can't say that I want you to be garbage man in any way. I want you to be a musician. But one thing I want you guys to do is I want you to be successful. But you have to define your own success. What does success mean to you? And part of that might mean a bit of financials, because money might not make you happy, but it can make you completely miserable if you don't have any of it. So there's a bit of money involved, but it's also, what do you just enjoy doing? What brings you satisfaction? So yeah.
Hashtag real.
That's real. Hashtag real. Nice. All right, so we only have like a minute left here. Do you have any questions for me, Coby? What's that one thing you're dying to just ask me or tell me?
Why do you keep letting the girls put makeup on you?
Kai and Chloe?
Yeah.
Kai and Chloe. My daughters are the only ones who put makeup on me, by the way. Just so we're clear.
Found your stash.
And pardon me?
Found your stash.
Find my stash, like grow stash?
No, I found your stash.
You found my stash? What?
Makeup. And dresses.
So Kyle and Chloe will put
And
makeup
high
on me,
heels.
and they call me Scarlet. They say that my makeup self, with when they do me up, then I'm Scarlet. When they do me up as Scarlet, I feel bonita. When are you gonna let them put makeup on you?
Never, ever, ever.
You should. You will. When you have daughters, you will let them put makeup on you. It's like,
That's different.
it's one of those things. I know, it is different. So there you go. So get off my case. All right. So we're out of here, guys.
Change the fact.
Bye-bye.
Peace, guys. Peace, love.
Scarlet's out.